What's up, everybody? William the Creator here, and today I'm doing my movie review on Return to Silent Hill. Now, I'm a big Silent Hill fan. I grew up with Silent Hill since elementary school when I played the second one, Silent Hill 2, on the PS2, because my dad's friend, he gave me a whole bunch of PS2 games. Rated M games was came with like San Andreas, Silent Hill 2, and a bunch of others. And when I put Silent Hill 2 into the PS2 and played it, I fell in love with the game immediately. So I started playing all the other ones. I haven't played. I think I played 3. I played 4. I know that. I played Downpour. I haven't played Homecoming because during that time it was on the 360 and I have a 360. I did play Origins a little bit. I played a remake of Silent Hill 2. I did want to play Shattered Memories, but I heard it was not that good. That was also was on. I was thinking it was on the PS. Was it for the Wii? And I wasn't big in the Wii. I know Books of Memory came out on the PS Vita, but I heard that wasn't good either. But I still watched gameplays of it, kept up with the story and everything, and kept with the lore and all that. So I know everything that happened with the Silent Hill stuff. I even played that Silent Hill game that came out before Silent Hill 2 remake came out, and then of course I'm playing Silent Hill F right now, and then we do have the Silent Hill Transmission coming out in about an hour or two. And hopefully they show the remake of the first Silent Hill game, which I know they're going to show that in the release date probably for Silent Hill Townfall, which is their new Silent Hill project. But I'm here not to talk about games. I'm here to talk about the movie Return to Silent Hill, which is from the same director that did Silent Hill that came out in 2005, and of course Silent Hill Revelation that came out in 2011, which a lot of people didn't like Silent Hill Revelation. I didn't mind it. It's of course it's going to be cheesy, kind of like the Silent Hill movie that came out in 2005, but Silent Hill 2005 was actually the best one. Now, Return to Silent Hill, this is based off the second game, and this movie, it wasn't bad. It was decent. At first, I thought it was going to be bad, and after I watched it, I was like, okay, yeah, I see how it's bad, but then the more I keep thinking about it, the more I notice it was just like the game. I know they didn't put a lot of the best parts from the game in the movie, like the fight between Eddie or the longer scene going through the labyrinth where Pyramid Head is coming after him. Because we only got one shot of Pyramid Head, and that was in the apartment buildings. And I wish we had more of a Pyramid Head, following him through the labyrinth, or him, seeing. Didn't even show a scene where his wife gets killed by 2 Pyramid Heads. I know Pyramid Head was the one scene before he fights his wife in that final battle when she turned to that creature, which you do see in the movie, where the Pyramid Head thing was that both of them cut her head off with their blade, and then she turned to that creature. They didn't show that in the movie, but the movie, even though it was an hour and 40 something minutes long, it was not bad. It still followed the game. If it was a little bit longer and had better production and better money, because I heard they only used $9-10 million. Or what was it between $1 to $10 million that they used to make this movie, while the one that came out in 2005 they used $20 million or more to make it, which is why I felt like it's a bigger box office type Silent Hill movie. If they had a bigger budget for this new one, it probably would have been a lot better. Plus, if the runtime was much longer, it would have been a lot better too. Now, the characters, the acting was, of course, it's gonna be bad. I mean, the guy, we don't know who the guy that they chose to play him. I mean, I don't know what shit movie he played in, but they could at least found someone that looked like James. I mean, because James in the game had blonde hair, and when I saw this dude, he had brown hair. I thought to myself, why the fuck this dude got brown hair and not blonde hair? And that kind of threw me off. And then the clothing is not the same, because he was wearing a black jacket. James wore a green jacket, so they could have done a lot more better with the costume of the characters, and stuff. The girl that he met, that's another version of his wife. The I don't want to call her slave. No, I don't want to use that word. I don't want to use prostitute either. I don't know. She's kind of his lust, the lust version of his wife. That's probably a better word, because that's technically what she is, the lust version. Because each of the characters in there are the females. They're different versions. She's Lust. I believe the little girl was. I'm gonna say she's not Pride. I think the main wife was Pride. I know the other girl. I could be wrong. I don't know. You guys let me know. I could be wrong. But I mean, the movie, Silent Hill got so much metaphor and symbolism to different things. Like Pyramid Head is the resemblance to his guilt, and the nurses basically was a resemblance to his lust and stuff. So I could be wrong about that, but the girl that that basically that's another version of his wife with the fashion more fashion looking clothes. They made her look exactly like her, even though we everybody knew that she wore a wig, and including when you look at the trailer, you're like, oh yeah, she's wearing a wig. This random ass cosplay on a character for a movie. Like, yeah, it is, but I mean, she looks exactly like his wife. The little girl who voiced the little girl in the remake, they use her face. They use her for the movie, which is kind of cool. They could have did a little bit more on Eddie, and I wish there was more Eddie scenes. And when we got that one scene with Eddie, which it was in that apartment building, and they did not follow how it did in the game. That's the one thing that kind of bothered me, and we didn't get to see him again in the movie theater when because the first game, the one that came out for PS2, he was in the bowling alley, and then the remake, he was in the movie theater. I don't know which one would have been better they could have used, but I mean, I wish they had him in there. Where in the first PS2 one, he was eating pizza. The remake, he was eating ice cream, and Laura was there talking to him. They could have used. Like, I wish they had used more. Of course, the fight scene with with Eddie and that Miku in the labyrinth, that would have been cool too. But they didn't do that. But you know what I mean. The characters, the acting, it was terrible. The flashbacks, they could left that out. I mean, they don't need to keep bringing up the flashback about, oh yeah, so all this happened because of a cult. Yeah, we know this happened because of the cult, because the last two Silent Hill movies and is based around a cult, which probably fans who don't play the games but seen the first two movies probably would be like, yeah, wasn't there something about a cult in these movies? And then they probably, when they come to this one, they probably would know if he didn't add it in there. So they had to probably add it in there for people to be like, oh, so that's what it was. Lore is the cult is behind what's happening. But they could have left a little bit of the cult stuff out, or have James just pick up, like in the game, pick up paper and he's reading, and then it could have been like him narrating or some shit about, oh yeah, this would happen while he's walking through Silent Hill or some shit. That would have been kind of cool. But he didn't do that. They had a low budget, so that's why the movie is what it is. But other than that, I mean, it followed the game exactly like it is. Now, the VHS, the visual effects, it was really cheesy. I mean, like, those, God, what are those creatures? What are those called? The one that squirt the acid out of their stomachs. That was, the first movie, it was visual effects. If you go, I watched it just, a couple of weeks ago. And I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, this looks so cool. Look at that creature. And then when I watched it again, after not seeing it for over a decade, I'm looking at it now, I'm like, damn, visual effects were kind of cheesy for this. But that was back in 2005. This is 2026, and it still looks cheesy. So the only one that looked good was Pyramid Head. I think that was kind of more of a little bit more prosthetics, I believe, but it still added a little more visual effects to it. I hated that they revealed what he looks like under the Pyramid Head, because through the whole games and through the Silent Hill lore, you never know who Pyramid Head was at all. And in the movie, they kind of showed him, which that kind of, kind of ruined it. It's like, damn, I wish they kept the mystery. Who could be under that Pyramid Head? They could say, oh, it's just no one in the head. It's just that's his guilt in the form of a creature just trying to take his ass out. I wish they kept it like that. The nurses, they changed the look of the nurses. I love the nurses, how they look in Silent Hill, the 2005 movie. I like how they look in the Silent Hill PS2 game. I like how they look even in the Silent Hill 2 remake, because they still look good in the remake, even though they different, they got that little square thing in their mouth now. In the Return to Silent Hill movie, they look hard. They look, I don't know. If I came to Silent Hill and they look like what they were looking in Return to Silent Hill, I would be like, yeah, I'm sorry, you lost my fandom for you guys, because I had a big fandom for the nurses for Silent Hill and stuff. But now after seeing Return to Silent Hill and how he created how they look, he could have just kept the look they were from the first Silent Hill movie. They were beautiful in that movie, even though they looked disgusting and grotesque. They still had a good looking body, and the face it didn't matter to me. Sorry about that. Sorry that sounds kind of weird to you, but I'm a fan of the nurses. I was surprised they added, God, what's that creature's name? Abstract Daddy. When I saw him pop up, I was like, oh shit, they did not bring him up, and it was only for a few seconds. It was only for a few seconds. So for the spoiler for people who didn't watch it or who don't want to watch it, this is just. I know it's a bad movie to a lot of people, so that's why I'm just letting the spoilers drop right here, right now. But yeah, Abstract Daddy is in the movie for a couple of seconds. CGI on it looks terrible, but he still looked pretty disgusting, and it's it's one of those creatures. If you see him in the game, you will probably be scarred for life after seeing him. But other than that, I mean, and the one chick that played that chick in that cemetery, which I'm glad that at that beginning scene was him coming from the bathroom up in that parking lot area down to the wooded trails into that cemetery, and we see that lady. I like all that. I forgot what her name was. Shit, Angelina. When he met Angelina, the actress did good playing her. A paranoia female who was abused by her father. Well, you know, she was, I don't want to say the word, but she'd been R.E. How about I say that? R.E. or whatever. I don't want to say. I don't want to get banned, but you know what I mean. She'd been, by her father when she was young, and she's been scarred for life, and that's why she's there, because she's been traumatized by what happened. There's people did say that that's another in the movie. They said that's another version of God, what is James' wife's name? Maria. It was another version of Maria. So I don't know her father. They never explained that much of her father, except that he was a cult. He was the leader of some cult. He used his daughter as some type of figure that people look up to, and did all this weird shit to her. It's creepy for that version of the cult stuff, and it was good. The other thing that bothered me in that movie, I know there's a lot of cons. Even though I said the movie was decent, there's a lot of cons. Now I'm thinking about it, was that he has a therapist in the game from the PS2, the remake. They did not throw a nurse. They didn't give him a therapist. Like, there was no therapist in there talking to him, telling him, "Hey, do not go to Silent Hill. Hey, what are you doing, James?" He didn't call somebody on the phone trying to talk to him from Silent Hill, who is not in Silent Hill, saying, "Hey, I this and this, like that never happened." That's new to me, and I thought to myself, why waste money on a scene to give him a therapist when you could just follow the game? Him just going to Silent Hill. And it just leads to the ending, and then we just get one of those endings, which the ending they got us. I don't know. I know they gave us a little bit of the drown ending where he's drowning in the car. Sorry for the spoilers, but and then it goes into it goes into a loop where he got a second chance to turn things around. And I thought to myself, did he go to the future? No, did he go to the past so he can fix everything? I don't know. There's a lot of changes that the dude made for the movie. Like, in the beginning, him at the bar, he drinking, and he going to his apartment. We didn't see none of that in the game. All we saw in the game was he showed up at Silent Hill. He's in that bathroom looking through the mirror like they did in the movie. He walks out, gets his map out of his car, and he goes straight down the path. And that's how the game starts. I wish they started the movie just like that. We don't need anything else to build up to that point. There was a lot of scenes in the movie they could get rid of, the other scenes that could have made the movie a lot better, made it more matching with the game. So now thinking about it, the movie is actually terrible. Yeah. And it is terrible. Fuck, man. Damn. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. I've been hearing some people that after I went to the movies and watched it with them, there was some people that came over and they're like, "Yeah, man, are you like it?" I'm like, I don't know. It didn't follow the game like I wanted. And then some people like, "Dude, they followed the game perfectly. Yeah, this and that. I'm giving this a 10 out of 10." And I'm like, damn, these people actually giving it good ratings. And then I started to think about it, like, maybe it was actually good. But now just talking about it, it fucking sucks. So I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. No, a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 5. That would have been terrible if I gave it that rating. Holy crap. A 4 out of 10. Okay. I'm still gonna own it because it is Silent Hill. I want to own everything that's Silent Hill. Cause I love Silent Hill, which is gonna be impossible to get everything that's Silent Hill. But I mean, for movie wise, I got both Silent Hill and Silent Hill Revelation on my shelf, so I might as well add this one next to it. But I mean, and then the director talking about that since people hated this one, he's gonna make another one. If he does 4, Oh god, my favorite. If I could tell you, my favorite one is number two. If I tell you what my second favorite one of Silent Hill, it's going to be four because it's hard. Four was the hardest game to beat. I never beat it because it was so freaking hard. But I watched someone play it and watched the story, and I loved the story for it about the being stuck in the mind of a serial killer. That was pretty dope for a Silent Hill game. Um, it was four, and I like Downpour where you play as a prisoner who bus crashed. Because I got so far in that game, but at the same time it was still freaking hard. But and this Silent Hill F I'm enjoying. So I'm hoping to see what Townfall is like when they release that, when they reveal that today if they do. And I can't wait to see the remake of the first Silent Hill game because I've been wanting to play the first one, but I do not want to play it on a PS1 type, system or on my PC, on that retro thing, or where you can have those what they call those emulators. Yeah, you can play like the emulator old game stuff on them. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to play a remake of the first one. well, you know what I mean, guys. You know what I mean. But other than that, I mean, hey, 4 out of 10. It was a shitty movie. There was stuff in the movie I did like. There was there were a lot of creatures in that movie that looked exactly like in the game, except for the nurses. That's the only thing that pissed me off because I love them. The nurses like the number one favorite creature beside Pyramid Head, and they fucked up the nurses, but they did Pyramid Head justice. So, but other than that, I mean, that's all I have. Oh, they did that one creature. Shit, what's his name? Something with the tongue. No, I forgot what his name. I don't know what his name. It's the cage with the feet hanging under, and it has that tongue, and it grabs you and brings you up. James does fight that in that movie. Sorry for another spoiler. And he's and there was just one. Cause I know in the game you fight like 3 of them. In the movie there was just one. Cause they did the same scene where you're in the hospital. Laura locks you in that one door, and you have to fight that boss. Now I wish they have added that that one creature with the big ass hands, walking up upon the top of that ceiling. I forgot what it's called. Where you fight that at. I know you fight it in the labyrinth. Well, no, you fight it in that hotel. Was the other thing problem I had was the hotel. He goes across the river like in the game. He crosses the boat, goes underwater, wakes up in front of the hotel, and the hotel's on fire already. I'm thinking to myself, the hotel should be on fire when he's in the freaking building. When he comes face to face with Angelina after doing a whole bunch of stuff, you find her up on top of some stairwell with a bunch of fire after going through some doors, and you see her one more time walking away. She says something to you, and then she walk away, and that's it. And that's the last time you see her. I wish they would have had that. That scene there with her on the stairwell with the fire, her walking to the fire and disappearing, bro, with the fire blazing around while you gotta go back to the other door because she's gone forever. I wish they had to add that to the movie. No. In the movie, he wakes up in front of the hotel building before going inside, and the whole place is on fire. It's like, dude, if you need it's a shitty movie. It was really a shitty movie. Now I'm thinking about it, it's terrible. Damn. They could have done so much more if he had found a way to get more budget for this movie. He could have worked his way around it. He could have found another movie company. Like, I bet you if he went to like the A24, have A24 talk to Konami and see if they can make the movie, or even have someone else direct the movie, like Guillermo del Toro, which I know he would have done a really good job with the movie and did prosthetics on the creatures and stuff. He would have done a good job with the movie. There's other movie directors that could have done a good job with that movie, but I don't know. I don't know what the hell happened. Well, thank you for watching this review. I can go on forever talking about how bad this movie is. I'm guessing since I've talked about a lot of cons and not a lot of good about it. But I'll see you all in my next video, which I don't know when the hell that's going to come out. But you all have a good day. Please please comment. Tell me what you think about the Return to Silent Hill movie. And if you're a fan of it, if you're not, then tell me what you think about it. I don't care if you can curse as much as you want in the conversation about how bad the movie is. I did the same thing too with this video. Please subscribe to me, and please share my video so more people can subscribe and become subscribers to my channel, so I can have more you know what I mean, because a lot of YouTubers say that at the end of all their videos. But thank you for watching this video and hearing me bitch about this movie. I'll see you on my next video. Goodbye, everybody.